Students, hey, it's Dr. Gatling here with a quick update on the syllabus as well as Web Campus. Just want to spend a few minutes going through some critical points in the syllabus as well as Web Campus. As you can see at the top of the page here, if you need to talk with me, speak with me, see me, we can set up a Skype, a Zoom, or a phone call. My office hours are planned for 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Tuesdays, and that is Pacific Standard Time. But if we need to schedule a time to talk outside of that time, I'm open to do that. So wanted to make sure you knew that. I'm not going to spend any time going over the course description or the learning outcomes. You can read those at your leisure, but I do want to talk just a minute about the textbook. It is not a physical textbook, it is a digital textbook. So when you contact the bookstore, they will provide you with a card that has a code on it that will allow you to access the book from an online source. Okay, so that's the textbook. The points for the course are pretty well set in stone. And you'll be able to review those at your leisure. You will note on the grading scale that my C, the floor of my C, is at 70%. So you need 70% to pass the course. Shouldn't be that difficult to do. Week one, there is a couple things I want to note relative to week one. The first thing is you need to post an introduction video. I've already done that in the discussion board, so you'll see what that looks like. I'm not looking for anything fancy here, just a quick video telling us a little bit about yourself, and so that we can begin to engage in this 5-week time period that we're going to spend together. And get to know each other a little bit. So the other thing that I want you to do is to make sure that you go into the group discussion board and post information that your group members might need in terms of a smooth communication. There are some group projects in this course, and you will need to collaborate with your group members. I'll cover more of that when I get to the Web Campus portion of this. There's an article. Each week we're going to have an article. We're going to have discussion questions, and I'll go through the discussion rubric here in a minute. But every week there'll be an article, there'll be discussion questions. You want to immediately begin working on your group ethical analysis paper. And I'll talk a little bit more about that here shortly. Don't delay. I would immediately, once you get into the course, start reaching out for your group members and start talking about planning and organizing for the ethical group paper, because it is going to be due at the end of week 2. So each week the format is relatively the same. In each module there will be 2 to 3 chapters that you need to read and quizzes that you need to complete, as well as an article and discussion questions that you'll need to respond to in the discussion board. So same thing is true for week 3, with the exception that we are going to complete a peer mark assignment, and there's a midterm exam in week 3. Week 4, same format, fewer chapters, because now we are really working to complete this presentation that is going to be delivered online, as well as week 5, only 2 chapters, an article, discussion questions. You will post your final presentation, and we will have the final exam. So there's a great bit of detail here relative to the quizzes, the exams. I do want to point out that the grading rubric for the discussions, please make sure that you read this carefully and that you are mindful of how I'm going to grade discussions. So you can read through that on your own. There's a little bit about the introduction video, a little bit about the group discussion board. take some time and familiarize yourself with the Netiquette ground rules for course discussions. If you've never taken an online course before, uh, that being a course that's purely online, you certainly want to go through the Blackboard tutorials. There's also tutorials in online education about taking online courses. So I would encourage you to do that. In terms of the assignments, there is an ethical paper that's going to be due on the 17th. There's a peer mark paper that's going to be due on the 24th, and then the ethical analysis presentation. So all of the detail that you need is here in the syllabus in terms of exactly what it is you're going to do, how it's going to be graded. Okay. Now, I do have a form set up for assignment questions in the discussion board. Before you post a question, I would ask that you please make sure that you go through the syllabus to see if that question has already been answered in the syllabus. I went through great pain to provide you with as much detail as I possibly could. So the rest of this is standard fare for the syllabus, and I'm going to cut now to the WebCampus portal. So in terms of WebCampus, you will see on the first page when you log into WebCampus announcements, and each week I will send out a class update or some communication relative to what's either occurred in the course or what's going to occur in the course. Those announcements typically go out via email, but if you ever need to reference any of those messages, they will be here in the announcements section on WebCampus. In terms of the modules, each week I will open a module. As you can see here, Module 1 is open. Module 2, 3, 4, and 5 are not yet open. So you'll click on Module 1. You will see within Module 1 the objectives for the week. You will see links to the syllabus information and textbook information, as well as a downloadable course syllabus. Please note that there is also a syllabus agreement that will need to be completed prior to Thursday of the first week of class. So make sure that you have done that before we get to Friday. I'd greatly appreciate it. There is also links to each of the quizzes for week 1, a link to the week 1 discussion. You'll also see some more detail on the ethical analysis papers. Each group will have a question that either supports or opposes a particular issue in hospitality. For example, week 1 is going to argue that it is ethical for hospitality organizations to assert their faith in the workplace. Now, there are any number of hospitality organizations actually doing this. Right off the top of my head, I can tell you Marriott does it, In-N-Out Burger does it, Chick-fil-A does it. There are Biltmore Hotels does it. There are a number of hospitality organizations that do that. And the question is it ethical for them to do that? So group 1 will argue that it is ethical. They will support this idea. Group 2 will oppose this idea, claiming that it is unethical. So I will also share with you articles that will help you get going on this paper in terms of the theory support that you're going to need. But there's also the theories that are covered in the textbook as well. So each group will have a question that either supports or opposes a particular argument, and that's what the ethical analysis papers and presentations are based on. Okay, let's see. In terms of the discussion board, you will see that week 1 is available. You will see the introduction video board is available. You will see the assignment questions. Again, if you have questions about an assignment, please read the syllabus, make sure that it's not answered in the syllabus, and then post that question. Let's just click on introduction video. So you will come here and you will post an introduction video. As you can see, I did that already. But you will add a new thread. So you won't reply to my post, but you will actually come back here and you will create your own thread with your name, dot, or dash introduction video. Okay, that's how you will go about posting the videos. I'm going to show you something here. Once you get the title, your name, dash introduction video, maybe a brief statement about yourself, just something real brief. And then you'll come here and you will insert / embed the media. Now, the easiest way to do this is to do it from a YouTube video. That's how I embedded my video. I recorded it, I uploaded it to YouTube, and then I pasted the URL to that video right here, insert, and it will post your video right into the discussion board post. Okay, if you have technical issues with posting videos, I'm going to encourage you to reach out to the help desk. There's lots of different tutorials that you can use, and it shouldn't be too difficult for you to do. So let's go back to the discussion board here. You will see in week 1 that I've already started a thread. Okay, now there is an article that is attached, and there is a question or questions that you are to answer once you have read the article. So what you will do is come back to week 1. You will create your own thread, and you will post your response to the question. Okay, that is the easiest way to keep the discussion board clean, because if we all just reply to my post, then it gets a bit messy. It's much easier if you come back and you post a new thread with your response to the question. Okay, so that's how the discussion board is going to work. In terms of groups, if you click on the link, now I'm in instructor view, so I get a different view than you'll get. But when you click on that link, what you should get is this: a list of your group member names as well as group tools. As I stated before, you want to post a message in the group discussion board that includes, how you want to be communicated with in the group, what times you're available, what time zone that you're in. It's going to be really important that each group utilize this group discussion board. If you want to send emails between the group, there is a function in here in order for you to send emails. There's a lot of good tools here for your group to use when working on the assignment collaboratively. So that's a little bit of an overview of Webcampus. If you have questions that are not in the syllabus, please post those questions on the assignment questions board, and I look forward to engaging you in this 5-week journey towards understanding more about leadership ethics and management. Thank you.